Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Hello, scholars. Hello, hello, it's so very good to see you. Hello, hello, how are you today? Hello, hello, it's so very good to see you. Hello, hello, time to sing and play. I hope you are all having a fantastic fill in the blank with whatever day you happen to be watching this. We have a lot of fun stuff planned for today, a lot of singing, and it's gonna be awesome. So with that, let's get started. As usual, let's stretch to warm up our bodies for today. Pull your shoulders forward. Then roll them back. Roll your wrists around. Wiggle your fingers. And even though you can't see my toes, wiggle your toes. And let's reach up as high as you can. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Elongate. And then slowly come down to your toes and feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Take a few deep breaths while you're leaning over like this and you feel the stretch. You can close your eyes if you want to. Breathe in, let it out. And now, let's take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale as you go up, and then bring your hands back down. Very good. Why don't you just wiggle your knees a little bit, I guess. Just loosen up. Good. Now let's shake it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Nice job, everybody. With that, let's move on to Zumba rhythm. All right, third graders, today in Zumba rhythm, we have no new things going on. It's all pretty much review. So let's see how we go. How we do. 2, ready, and tiki tiki ti ti ta ah. Grasshopper, grasshopper, grasshopper ta. Cinco, pa, tiki tiki ti ti. Cinnamon, tiki tiki cinnamon ti ti. Awesome. That last one is probably going to be challenging once we get a little bit faster. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and tiki 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 ta ah. Grasshopper, grasshopper, grasshopper ta. Cinco pa tiki tiki tiki. Cinnamon, tiki tiki cinnamon tiki. Nice job, everybody. Let's keep it up. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and tiki 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 ta ah. Grasshopper, grasshopper, grasshopper ta. Cinco pa tiki tiki tiki. Cinnamon tiki tiki cinnamon tiki. Woo! One final time. Make sure it's nice and steady. 1, 2, ready, and tiki 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 ta ah. Grasshopper, grasshopper, grasshopper ta. Cinco pa tiki tiki tiki. Cinnamon tiki tiki cinnamon ta. Oh no! I missed the TT at the end. Hopefully y'all did better than I did on that last one. With that, great job. Let's move on to the final part of our warm-up for today. To finish warming up our voices for today, each grade is going to sing their own individual song. Third graders, it's going to be Shake the Papaya Down. As soon as we finish warming up our voices through these songs, we will start our first activity. Here we go.
Mama says no play, this is a work day. Up with the bright sun, get all the work done. If you will help me climb up the tall tree, shake the papaya down. Mama says no play, this is a work day. Up with the bright sun, get all the work done. If you will help me climb up the tall tree, shake the papaya down.
Before we get to our main activity for today, we're going to play a couple more rounds of bounce. We're going to see if I can make any shots that are more difficult than the ones that I tried before, but each time that I try out a new way of doing it, we have to sing through our song all together. Hi scholars, let's sing through our song before we take our first shot. I have 3 shots set up. Hopefully I don't screw them all up. We'll see. So I can't bounce on grass obviously, so let's sing all together anyway. Bounce high, bounce low, bounce the ball to Shiloh. Bounce high, bounce low, don't bounce it on your toe. Fantastic. The pool's the first shot. Yes! My next shot is going to hopefully be into the charcoal grill over there. We'll see. Let's sing the song again. Bounce high, bounce low, bounce the ball to Shiloh. Bounce high, bounce low, don't bounce it on your toe. Okay. I'm gonna try it closer. The ground is not being fair to me right now. Thank goodness. My third shot was originally going to be that charcoal starter right there. I think it's not going to work. Let's try. Bounce high, bounce low, bounce the ball to Shiloh. Bounce high, bounce low, don't bounce it on your toe. Ah!
2,000 years later.
You know what? I can't do a bounce shot on this grass. We're just gonna go for it. Trick shot! Steph Curry!
He's gonna edit everything, so I'm just continuously shooting until he makes it.
Getting impatient.
Yeah, boy! It's going really well. It's gonna have to be a swish.
I know. All in. Okay, that's it. Now, as I was planning this activity, I thought it would be fun to add on one little extra thing at the end. If you've played this game on your own and you want to show me one of the crazy shots that you've made, why don't you record yourself singing through the song and then taking the shot, and then you could email it to me. And if anybody does this and they make the shot and they sing through the entire song, maybe I can share it with the rest of the grade in our video next week. If nobody does it, that's okay, no worries. But if somebody does a pretty crazy shot, I'd love to show it to everybody else. With that, let's move on to our main activity for today. So for our main activity today, we're gonna focus on the bass clef. Let's review a couple of things about the bass clef that some of us already know, but might be new to others of us. In music, we read notes off of 5 lines called a staff. However, when it's just lines and spaces all by themselves without a clef, they really don't actually mean anything. So you have to add a clef on top of it. All of us are familiar with our treble clef. The treble clef is used for notes that are pretty much on the right side of a piano, so notes that sound a little bit higher, like this. Going from middle C in the piano, all the way up. But for everything below middle C, we need to use a different clef. This is our bass clef. Now, normally, I would explain the bass clef to you in my own way, but I found a video that's really good at explaining how the bass clef works and what the lines and the spaces in the bass clef mean. So let's go watch that.
So we know the treble clef is used by high-pitched instruments like the violin, flute, and the upper half of the piano. But some instruments play low sounds, the cello, the double bass, and the lower half of the piano, amongst others. Because of their low pitch, low-sounding instruments use a different clef, the bass clef. Also known as the F clef, the bass clef tells us what each of the lines and spaces are called. And just like the treble clef, the bass clef comes with its own set of catchy rhymes to help us read the notes. For bass clef notes that are on the lines, we can use the rhyme Granny bakes donuts for Alice. And for bass clef notes that are in the spaces, we can use Angry Crocodile eats George. Or whatever rhymes your teacher has taught you. Got it? Cool! Let's do some examples. What's the pitch name of this note? Well, it's on a line, so we can use the Granny bakes donuts for Alice rhyme. Starting at the bottom line, we say Granny bakes donuts, D for donuts, so our note is called D. Let's do another one. This time the note is in a space, so we can use the Angry Crocodile eats George rhyme. Again, starting at the bottom, we say angry, crocodile, eats, George. G for George, so you guessed it, our note is called G. And that is all there is to it. Super easy. Happy music theorying, everyone.
Hopefully, the bass clef makes a little bit more sense than it did a couple of minutes ago. But we're not done yet. These are the notes that we learned about in our first video, the bottom line going through the top line. But just like our treble clef, we can have notes that go slightly above the bass clef or slightly below. These notes use something called a ledger line. And guess what? I'm not going to explain it to you either. The same person made a great video explaining how ledger lines work, so let's jump right to that.
So last time we dealt with the ledger lines and ledger spaces of the treble stave. Today, let's do the same for the bass stave. Thanks to our 2 bass clef rhymes, we know all of these notes. Let's add on E, F, B, and C. F is written in the first ledger space below the bass stave, just touching the first line, not overlapping it. And E is written below F on the first ledger line. Up top, B is written in the first ledger space above the bass stave, and C is written above B on the first ledger line. All pretty standard stuff. Fun fact though, this C is no ordinary C. We call it middle C, the same middle C we encountered in the treble stave last time. Middle C can be written like this or this, but sounds the same whichever way we write it. And this should hopefully give you some insight as to why we call this note middle C. It sits in the middle of the great or grand staff. It's also kinda sorta in the middle of the piano's keyboard, and sorta in the middle of the human singing range. In short, it is a most noteworthy note. Don't forget it. And that is literally all there is to it. Bass stave, ledger lines, and ledger spaces, done. Happy music theorying, everyone.
What we're going to do now is we're going to travel to Music Play Online together. We're going to walk through a couple of different stages of an activity. This activity will be a great way to practice these new things that we've learned today. All right, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade scholars, we are going to be starting off in a similar place today. You will all each receive a different link because as you can see up on the screen, here, this is the page on Music Play Online for grade 5. Now, luckily for all of us is grade 3, grade 4, and grade 5 all pretty much look the same. So you should all see this thing over here, Pop Quiz Bass Clef. This little button over here should show up in the same spot for each of you, okay? So you click on that, and then this is the activity that we're going to be working on today. And the important thing is first to notice is that up here we have activity type written up here, bass clef space. We're going to switch between a couple of different things for today, but we're all going to start off with bass clef space. It's pretty simple if we follow the instructions. We press start, and then in the balloon, we see a note written out for us on our bass clef, and it's our job to figure out which note it is. And we have a bank of answers to choose from. So we see 2 Fs, 2 Cs, 2 As, B, and E. Okay? So here, this is, so here I know that this is an F, so I'm going to drag F over to the balloon, and it was correct. So we see the balloon blow up a little bit. Which is a funny way for it to indicate that it's correct. But let's keep going. This, if we go up, use whatever acronym is, you can use whatever acronym makes sense to you. For me, I'm just going to go through this as quickly as I can. I know that this is E. I know that this is A. C. What do you mean? Why is it not working? That was weird. Okay. This is A, F, C, and B. Boom! Yay, party!
Got it all correct, and we're good to go. So your job is going to be to walk through that activity, and then once you're done with that, let's go to the next one. We're going to go from space, change it to bass clef lines. Start. And the same thing, except this time they're just giving you notes that are on the lines. So we'll walk through, I'll just go through this pretty quickly. That's F, A. I think it has something to do with where you drop off the notes. Oh no, am I going to get it correct? Oh, I did. Boom. There we go. Awesome. So it's that simple, everybody. I just want you to go through those two activities when we're done with this video lesson. You can do it in your free time, or if your teachers give you some time after you finish watching the video, that works too. With that, let's move on to our final thing for today. To finish our lesson for today, we're going to do a little bit of listening. Like our first 2 weeks of listening, we're going to use this as an opportunity to slow down and to breathe and to simply just relax for a couple of minutes. I'll put the name of the song and the artist at the very end of the video. With that, I hope you enjoy. So marks the end of this week's lesson. Hope you all had a good time and walked away with some brand new knowledge and some fun times. I hope you have an incredible rest of your week, an incredible rest of your day. Miss you all. Can't wait to see you sometime in the future. And take care. Goodbye, scholars. Bye, everybody.